Hello, and thank you for joining me on another gloomy day in Berlin. My name is Freddy Hernandez because apparently I've forgotten it, but you may know me as Tavarish. Now, today is a action-packed day, and it is around 5 something in the morning. I put my alarm for 6, and I only slept for 3 hours, and I think that's all I'm going to sleep for today. I need to get my circadian rhythm back on track, so. Uh, Before we leave for this Porsche event, or Porsche since I'm in Germany, I thought I'd let you know what I bring to these things. So as far as my equipment, as far as stuff I use to take pictures and whatnot, even though the quality of these videos isn't that great. Here's what I bring just in my everyday carry, so you guys can see it firsthand. As you can see, I have a bunch of just this nasty tangled mess of wires, and here's my gaming PC. Now, I don't actually do any gaming, but it's a Asus G75. It's an older one. It's a quad core, 2.3 gigahertz, something or other, but it has 16 gigs of RAM, and it does really good video editing. And it can render video pretty quickly. The only thing is, it gets quite hot, and the battery life is. I mean, I can have it off the charger for about an hour, but other than that, it's pretty good. But it is very heavy. I mean, like I can't even. Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Here is my camera bag. Now, this is a complete mess right now, but usually I have my GoPro, I have my Sony Action Cam. You can see it right here charging. Let's see. I have my here's what I used yesterday. This is a Canon 6D with a 24 to 105 L lens, and I also have a Tiffin. I believe it's a Tiffin. Circular polarizer filter, 77 mil, and this thing is just a workhorse. It is a beast. I love it, and yeah, I think I have like a 64 gig or 128 gigabyte card in there. I also have a 540 EZ flash. Let me see if I can get some more lighting in here. It's freaking dark. Okay. That helped a little bit. 540 EZ flash. This flash is probably not the best. It's meant for like a film camera, but it does fine with TTL or when I put it on manual mode. And yeah, it gets the job done. On top of this flash is called a Gary Fong light sphere, also known in circles as the Fong Dong. What this does is, instead of having like really, really harsh light whenever the flash goes off, this dissipates it and makes it very, very usable. And especially in close spaces, like if I need to photograph a car on the inside, I'll just go in there and have this pointed up rather than out. And this will basically make it look like a more natural lighting environment. So guys, if you have to run and gun with flash, definitely get one of these. I think they're about like 60 bucks. Coming back to the mess, well, I got a selfie stick right there. I should probably use that, right? So I have here's a GoPro mount for the car, another mount for the car. Hopefully I'll be using that today. I have my Rokinon 14 millimeter manual aperture, manual focus. Jeez, I can't even think of the word right now. So manual aperture and manual focus lens, 14 millimeter, very wide angle. One thing I really like about this is, look at that. That's so cool. Bam. It's a little dirty. Yeah, this thing has very, very good image quality, but you have to be able to set it up. It's not something that you can just run and gun. But I use it for nighttime photography. I use it for photography of the stars, and not like celebrities or anything, but it's something that for astral photography, it's awesome. and also for interiors, as long as you set it up correctly and you have a tripod, because it does not have any sort of image stabilization, anything like that. Moving on, I have my Jalopnik sticker, yay! Moving on, I have my Zoom H4n. I haven't been using this too much, just because it's a little bit cumbersome to get lav mics, but if I do need my videos to have any sort of like professional sounding audio quality, or if I need to have lav mics on people, or even a boom mic or whatever, this is what I'd use. And I have a 16 gigabyte card just in here. It runs off of just regular batteries, but I have the rechargeable ones. But I love this thing. I think it cost me like 150 bucks, but this thing is awesome. It has two microphones right on top, the directional microphones. And yeah, the quality is just fantastic. So you cannot beat this. They make a smaller one. I think it's the H1, but the H1, you can actually stick that in people's pockets and use that as its own lav mic. So that's, if anybody's looking for cheap audio for a YouTube channel, or for I don't know, so just something where you want the quality to be a little bit better than what the stock phone or camera can handle, then you should definitely get one of these. Moving on, I have batteries for the various cameras, chargers. Here's my SD cards. Yeah, I have like 64 gigs, 128 gigs. This is a microphone shield. I believe this goes up here, like a little a little afro. This is something I should probably use a little more, but this is my nifty 50. This is my 50 millimeter lens for any Canon camera. It's a f1.8, and you can get these all day long for about 50 to 85 bucks. I think I bought this one brand new for like 80 bucks. But this has very, very good image quality, especially for the price. The next step in price is like probably 350, and then the next step after that, which is like a f1.2, is like $1,300. So there's a huge step in price, but not a huge step in quality, if I'm honest. So this is one of the best bang for the buck lenses you can get. It has really good depth of field. It's not a zoom lens, it's a prime lens, but and it is like everything is it's plastic, but it's, again, like I said a million times before, this isn't bad, but really is not a bad value for money. Moving on, I have my Canon. This is a Vixia. No, this is an IVIS HF G20. So this is the Japanese version of the Vixia G20. And the reason why I got the Japanese version is because for a while, eBay had the Japanese version at $200 less than the regular version. And all the specs were the same. Everything was the same, but the Japanese version, for some reason, was just $200 cheaper. I don't know if that's still the case. But even if it is still the case, even if it's not still the case, you should definitely get one of these over one of the more entry level models. And this thing is freaking sweet. So turn it on, and all this is touchscreen, and it's just amazing. It has room for 2 SD cards here. It has a viewfinder it's not optical viewfinder, but it's you can maybe see something well, I kind of see it. But yeah, this thing is a workhorse. The battery life on the stock battery is maybe half this size, and it really, really sucks. But if you get batteries like this, an extended battery, they last all day. And I love this thing, and it has autofocus, and it has a pretty good sound as far as the stock microphone. But we don't use a stock microphone for this one. No, because, let me turn this off. Oh, before I go on stock microphones, this has, you can adjust the focus manually. Something that I'd like to do with this phone because it keeps on adjusting itself. So adjust focus manually, and again I have a Tiffin 58mm filter, circular polarizer. It really helps with getting those harsh shadows out of shots. And another thing, it helps with getting dust out of the lens. Something I finally did because I saw that some of you were complaining about the dust in the lens, and I'm sorry about that. Comes with auto, manual, and cinema mode. I just keep it in manual just so I can control all the parameters and whatnot. And this, going back on what I should have mentioned before, this is not, well, this is a traditional hot shoe adapter. And this allows you to put any sort of regular accessory on top. So the accessory that we use is the Rode VideoMic Pro. So that sort of deal sits on top like so. And the reason why it looks like this is because this is called a dead cat, and that eliminates a lot of wind noise. And one thing I like about the Rode VideoMic Pro is that it has this little perch, and it actually like wobbles back and forth, and this is to eliminate any vibration and whatnot. But this is a fantastic directional shotgun mic, and this gives you great quality. You just turn it on. It's battery powered. It's like 9-volt battery. You just turn it on, and I turned it on so it has a low bypass filter, so it gets out some of that noise. And you have a regular, you have a -10 decibel, and you have a +20. So if you're in a really quiet environment, or you need to get something you need to get like whisper quiet stuff, you get that +20. Even the regular 0 is like, it picks up a lot of sound, and -10 is if you're in a place that's very loud. And I need to get better at using this, but in conjunction with the actual manual gain adjustments on here and my DSLR, this is a great buy. I think they're about $200 something. You can get just a regular video mic for I think about $80, but for the versatility that you get with this, I would go for this every single time. Do I have anything left that's interesting? I don't think so. Just some card readers, lav mic, and yeah, I think that's about it. God, I have to put all this into here, and including that basically 17-pound laptop, and I have to put that into here. So this all in with all my stuff in it, probably a good 35 pounds, and it's very heavy. So my charger with adapters, and this is probably a fire hazard, but I don't see any other way to do it because I don't have any specific setup for European sockets. And that's about it. Oh, what, no. I do have a tripod in here somewhere. Yeah, so this is a Vista something. Let me see. It comes in 2 pieces. So, okay. So this is a BHQ8 Sanford and Davis. Can we get that in shot? Come on. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So it's a BHQ8 Davis and Sanford, and I love this tripod. You can break it down so it's easier to travel with. So it's not this huge mess. You can put it in an actual carry-on luggage thing, and it can go all the way down to the floor. You can play around with it here. So yeah, you can put it like that, like a regular tripod. Then you can basically kick the legs out, and it can get low, like it's on the dance floor. Look at that. That is awesome. So if you need really low shots, you can actually put the head right here, and you know, just shoot whatever you need. You can also put the head. You can also not get it as low. You can get it even lower actually, if you. It's hard doing it with one hand. Right now it looks a little janky, but if you put the head backwards and you put the camera right here, you can get even lower, like all the way on the ground. So that is really, really cool. I think that's it. I am going to get all of this in there, and then I'm going to go downstairs, have breakfast, and see if hopefully those 911s that that I saw outside yesterday are on the menu for today. So yeah, that's that is about it for this hotel room tour.